What's up guys, it's me, your boy SteveRandom here, and in today's video, I'm doing a different video. I'm just talking to you guys personally about something that you might run into if you're a beginner in buying fragrances, or just if you're first introduced to buying fragrances and stuff. I've been through it, and I want to help you and give you some tips to know on how to save money, because it's best to save money than spend it and not know what you're doing. So now I'm gonna tell you guys a few tips that I've learned based off to save money, because I've saved a lot of money buying. I have like 35 colognes now. I've saved more money with that than I will if I had just 5 colognes that were I'll explain to you guys what I mean. So tip number 1 is, I know, and I was very used to, and my brothers and whoever that was buying me a cologne, we're all very used to buying it off Macy's or Nordstrom or Sephora, those places where they sell colognes and they're 100% authentic, but the thing is that they sell them for the retail price or the full price, no discounts, no nothing. I had never heard of Latino.com, fragrancenet.com, or even Amazon. Sometimes is authentic, but kind of have to be careful with that. But most of the time Amazon is also 100% authentic. And one thing I was doing, so I had 5 colognes that were all bought from Macy's, and if each cologne was like $85, something like that, 85 times 5, hold on a second, 85 times 5, so 85 times 5 is $425 spent, and yeah, not including taxes, but $425 spent on fragrances. That's only 5 fragrances. But can you believe if I told you that I've gone in 15 colognes for the same price? Can you believe me if I said that? I don't think you can. But if you're experienced with buying fragrances and stuff, you would know what I'm talking about. But if you're a beginner, you'd be like, what? How? Let me tell you how. The reasons or the solution to this is, buy your fragrances off Latino.com, FragranceNet.com, FragranceX.com, sometimes Amazon.com. You can look this up, by the way. You can search if these websites are legit. And I've ordered from FragranceNet.com, and Latino.com for all my colognes, and one from Amazon, and they're all legit, no problems, no nothing. That saved me a lot of money. Another thing is, sometimes I would buy samples and not just order the cologne straight away, and that saved me money too, because I have like 30 samples, and sometimes I smell the sample and I'm like, oh my god, I love that smell, let me go get the cologne. But I'm 100% certain that the cologne is good. But for example, if I had bought some cologne that's very popular, which I don't like, Tom Ford Tobacco Vanille, that one I don't like. And I know a lot of people like it, but for me it's just way too strong, it's way too masculine, and I don't like it. But I was determined to purchase that cologne because of how much people loved it and stuff. I was determined to purchase it. But when I got a sample, I was like, I'm glad I didn't spend $160 on it. And yeah, that saved me $160 from spending, because my sister, who usually gets some of my colognes, was gonna purchase it that day, and I was like, no, hold on, let's hold off a second, let me order a sample and see. Ordered a sample, and I was like, thanks, give me my 160 back, please. Yeah, so that's another way to save money. And also, one more way to save money is to buy what's it called? Buy those travel atomizers, which I only have one of, but that helps you save money, because it's let's say it's $10-15 for one of those, I think, a travel atomizer, which you can put your cologne in, and then you can spray it and you can carry it with you. You can do a lot of things, and the reason why that saves you money is because if you're always carrying, for example, let's say I have here Invictus by Paco Rabanne, and I love this fragrance, and I always take it with me if I'm traveling somewhere. Sometimes if I'm driving, I'll put it in my car, and then yeah. So I love this cologne, but sometimes I gotta put some of it into a travel atomizer to take with me. And I keep this cologne, or I keep all my colognes. The best way to keep your colognes, fresh and not be outdated and stuff, is to keep them in a dark place, and also store it in room temperature. Don't store it in a place where it's like very cold. Then after that, it's very hot, very cold, very hot. That messes up the fragrance. So best thing is to store the fragrance in a dark place, controlled temperature. So what I usually do is I store them in my drawer, which is a dark place. And the temperature in my room it doesn't change very often. It's always hot or sometimes medium. So that's how I store it, and that keeps the life of the fragrance, and it also helps me take it with me somewhere without keeping it in my mind that this might break or this might not work anymore. I don't know, it's just like it saves you a lot of trouble if you have it in a small atomizer or a travel sprayer. If you have it in that one, it would save you a lot of money, and you can also have the fragrance with you but not the actual bottle, just in case if you're scared of it like breaking on the way, or just if you were like, I don't know. Sometimes I worry about, like, for example, I weed alone I took when I traveled to Chicago, and look at this is like glass right here, and I wrapped this around. I didn't have much bubble wrap, so I had to like carefully pick which colognes I wanted to be protected. So I had to wrap this carefully with bubble wrap, and I only got one layer of bubble wrap around it. I didn't get two. So I was I had the back of my head thinking that it might break on the way. So yeah, it didn't break, thankfully. But you gotta be careful when you're checking in a bag and you have a cologne in there. It is quite dangerous. So either you have to protect it really well, or just buy a travel atomizer and put your cologne in the travel atomizer. So that's been it, guys, on tips of how to save money. If you guys have any other suggestions on how you guys save money, or if you learned something from this, comment down below, and like this video, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Peace.